The world of Fortnite has truly evolved over the years, but I guess only 90s kids would remember, right? But what about 80s kids? Or 70s kids? And what about Grandma? Are you saying she can't remember? Okay, fine. Yeah. Her memory might be going a little bit, but there are a lot of things from the original days of Fortnite that the majority of the player base just doesn't know exists. And you'd be surprised how many players have started playing in just the last couple seasons alone. But there are some pretty interesting features from back in the day that some of you would never guess actually existed at one point. Welcome back to Top 5 Gaming, everyone, where today we'll be breaking down the top 10 things only original Fortnite players will remember. Don't forget to smash like. Let us know if you miss any of these in the comments, and let's get right into the, actually, we'll get into the video after you subscribe. Yep, today and today only, the video will not start until you click the subscribe button. This is confirmed information. Do not question it, okay? I'm waiting. Are you gonna hit this? Number 10, team killing. In Fortnite's current state, you don't need to worry too much about accidentally killing your teammates. There's no friendly fire, so you're able to fire away into the crowd without damaging your squad. In fact, it's come in handy. You'll often see clips of people sticking their teammates with clingers while they run in to blow up the enemy, leaving your buddy unscathed. But it wasn't always like this. When Fortnite Battle Royale was first released, friendly fire was part of the game. Obviously, you might expect the odd idiot or two to kill you, but team killing was a much more serious plague. At first, you'd have teammates that like to troll, purposefully doing whatever they can to ruin your day. You'd also have the loot thieves. They might seem friendly at first, but once you'd finished looting the area you'd all landed in, they'd come and put you down just to get the loot you'd now gathered for them. It got to the point where most games you'd end up getting team killed simply for picking up a weapon someone wanted, even if you earned it. The fact it was happening so frequently actually caused people to become fearful of their own squad mates, and fast. You'd spend 20% of the game looking out for enemies and 80% of the time making sure your own teammates weren't about to shoot you in the back or impulse you off a cliff. Number 9, the electric trap. Now, if you haven't heard of the electric trap, it's fairly understandable considering we only had them for a few months. Initially, the spike traps we have today were only a common rarity grade. You also had two electric traps, the ceiling zapper and the wall dynamo. Exactly how their names suggest, one could be attached to ceilings and the other to walls and would both let out an electrical shock when someone entered their space. At the time, all the traps would do 125 damage. A few months after the game was released, on the 19th of December, Fortnite released an update giving us the mini potions and also condensing all the traps into one spike trap. Their intention was to make it easier for using traps, as with the wheel menu system you had at the time, it was too time wasting to switch between them. It makes a lot of sense, and the spike trap we have now is doing its job well. Now, you'll have to let us know what you think, but personally, I would love to see some new damage traps. We've got a few variants like the chiller trap, but another trap that did some damage would be nice. Imagine a trap that created a laser grid that moved through the block, like something from the Resident Evil film. You could perhaps jump and dodge in time, or something like Kim Possible. Tell me that wouldn't be awesome. I'd like to see you come up with better. Number 8, the OG Factories by Retail Row. So for all those awesome viewers out there that have gotten the little notification bell activated waiting for our next upload, then you've probably seen a fair share of our videos in which we often talk about the OG factories. We mourn them consistently, and it might seem like too much, but it's not. It'll never be too much. They were taken away from us before their time, and we must do everything we can to remember them, but also get Epic Games to bring them back. Throughout Season 3, there was a comet in the sky getting closer and closer to the island, and on the 1st of May, Season 4 dropped, and so did the comet. In its wake, it destroyed Dusty Divot and took the 3 defenseless factories with it. These factories aren't a major area of the map, but it was still a hot spot on the map. With its easy loot, plenty of material, and good defenses, you could almost guarantee someone would be holed up in this central area. If you never got to see them for yourself, you can always head on down to the factories near Flush Factory, and you can find some similar style buildings there, with one of them being an exact replica. Number 7, the original Storm. One of the great things about a game like Fortnite is the constant updates they have to keep it running smoothly and looking minty fresh. The original Storm in Fortnite was barely anything more than just an energy shield with a hexagonal pattern across it. Inside the Storm, it didn't look any different to normal, but over time, Epic have been adding more visual effects to really enhance that stormy atmosphere. The pattern on the storm wall has now changed to horizontal lines, probably to match that Fortnite building style. Enter the storm now, though, and you'll find all natural scenery like trees, grass, and bushes all swinging in the wind. Lightning and rain falling down all around you, and your character has a small purple glow around him that has little streaks of lightning running through it. When you see the storm above, it's less a mass of clouds now and more one giant flowing storm that could look like a purple stream. Number 6, the winner's umbrella. When you were a straight-up default, the first order of business was getting your first victory royale and claiming the winner's umbrella. In the beginning stages of the game, it seemed like gliders were the more frequent and common ones, and umbrellas were the rarer, more sought-after ways to fly. But now it seems like Epic Games have almost given up on umbrellas. We've seen a lot of legendary gliders now with fancy animations and effects, but we have yet to see a proper, classy umbrella. The few we do have don't exactly stand out. The umbrella is probably the better choice to fly with, as it takes up less space on your screen for you to see, but who can blame you for using a cool-looking glider instead? I really hope they work on some new and improved umbrellas soon. Number 5, the smoke grenades. As far as items that get left behind the most goes, smoke grenades definitely get that trophy. The idea of smoke grenades in Fortnite isn't bad, and a lot of us were looking forward to seeing what they were like, but in reality, they just don't go down that well. The cloud of smoke that was emitted wasn't that big, and considering this is the type of item you might want to use to revive someone, it would only last for 10 seconds, which left you completely exposed at the end of the revive. Eventually, people found they had no consistently good use, and it may be good to throw down a few smokes and travel open spaces safer, but other than that, it didn't really help and actually made fighting in houses a little bit annoying. Not a good enough excuse for using up a precious inventory slot. This resulted in people leaving smoke grenades untouched and just became a waste of an item. It wasn't long before Epic Games noticed how the community felt and soon removed them. Although with a few adjustments, I think that it could still make a good addition to the map. Number 4, the Zapatron. One of the rarest items in Fortnite history, we have the Zapatron. Well, at least I say we have it. Fact is, we barely had a day's worth of the new update with this weapon before it was removed entirely from the game. When supply drops were first introduced, you had around a 5% chance to get the Zapatron, an energy-based sniper rifle that can fire in short bursts or in one powerful beam. But Epic Games soon tweeted out that they were removing it due to it not fitting the style of the current game, and to be fair, that sounds completely understandable. It's the only energy-based weapon on the whole island. But what do you think? With all of these events happening in Fortnite, an energy weapon sounds like it could possibly fit. With all these events happening in Fortnite, an energy weapon sounds like it could possibly fit in. Number 3, we've got sniping with a pump shotgun. Okay, so back before the pump got nerfed about 20 gazillion times, you used to be able to shoot people at a far distance with the pump. And I'm not just talking like 70 damage at 50 meters away. I'm talking about being able to shotgun someone in the distance for over 100 health. It was crazy OP, as you'd no longer need an AR or even a sniper sometimes. You easily just run around with pumps hitting everyone no matter the distance. Thankfully now they fixed it and it's no longer a slug shell, but when this was a thing, it could make for some amazing plays or an unexpected turn of events. As soon as it was discovered, this blew up in the community and Epic got to work on that patch. Number 2, the original map. Do you even remember the Fortnite island without tilted towers? No, how about Dusty Depot? Before the comet hit it? No? Well, then where have you been? This map is constantly evolving, and if you don't want to miss out on those new environments, you need to keep up to date. A few original locations that are no longer with us are Moisty Mire, a swamp-like area with massive trees that would give you around 100 wood per tree, but got replaced with the desert biome. The prison, which also got struck by a meteor and used as a filming set for the superheroes. And don't forget about the OG factories. Oh wait, we've already covered that. Moving on, besides the locations, the quality has also been regularly updated. At the beginning of Fortnite, you'd be flying in on the battle bus, barely able to make out the island below. But now you can almost see every tree outline and rock when you're choosing where to land. And there's a bunch of quality of life improvements and just so much stuff that they have changed from the original map. It's crazy. I mean, we've even got a desert biome now. Think about the kind of biome that they could introduce next. Number 1, no turbo building. So turbo building has been heavily debated since its release, as it definitely closes that skill gap, but at the same time, it's just so much easier. Before, you'd have to click for every single building piece you wanted to place. Now, with turbo building, you can just hold the mouse button or trigger down and it will automatically build. It's a lot more quick when you're trying to have an epic build battle. And it also helps beginners out. Even if they aren't pro, they can still spam building to give themselves some defense. It may not be a masterpiece, but it could save his life. Not only was every piece manually placed, but you never used to have that setting in your options that would automatically switch building materials when you ran out. You could be in the middle of building a stairway to heaven, or even though you've got max wood, you could find yourself falling off to your death because you ran out of the material you were using. The automatic material switch is a real lifesaver. But that has been our list of the top 10 things only original Fortnite players will remember. Click that like button if you've enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Push notifications on. Is there any other things that only OG players would remember? Let us know in the comments. Keep it here on Top 5 Gaming.
Remember that? Bye. See you next time, and bye. Oh, I'm gonna be doing this on different channels.